Hello and welcome to another fantastic, bloody lovely episode of the Ducking Review Show. If you've joined us for the first time, hold on to your hats, you're in for a doozy. I'm Carl, and as always, I'm joined by Matt.
Hello.
And Lee.
Hello.
And coming up in this week's episode, we're going to be taking a look at Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice, Tomorrowland, and Moomins on the Riviera. Also, in our regular feature, we'll be looking at a film from the past, with the number one rule being it's a film that we've never seen. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. And this week we're looking at...
It is actually this one that we do that on. Yeah.
It is this one, yeah.
And studies from the past.
And it's from the past. And this week we're bringing it a little bit closer to today's date, if you like, with Punch Drunk Love. I did that on purpose. I wanted to pretend to sound drunk. We've had some communications.
Oh, have we?
Communications. So we've had a couple of tweets from Kathleen Grayley. The first one is pretty much from her mum. Get your mum on Twitter. Just put her on it. Get her to tweet in. Anyway, she says, my mum says there's some classic Hitchcock on telly this week. Well, we've missed that. Worth a retro review. One is this afternoon, right? So we've missed when it was on, but yeah, I agree, guys.
Yeah, totally. We should do some retro duck.
Yeah.
Hitch duck, maybe.
Hitch duck. I like it. We'll do it.
Alfred the Duck.
Alfred the Duck.
Alfred Hitch duck.
Alfred
Duckcock.
Hitch duck. Duckcock. Right. Yeah, that's cool. We should do that. When I was studying film, I was really into Hitchcock. So
Who's cock?
Hitchcock. I went to a really, really, really long cinema viewing. It was a special thing at an independent cinema, and they played back-to-back Hitchcock. They played all like the smaller pieces that he's done and his films, and it's really good. I'd really like to revisit that. I should make it clear that I think that that tweet is directed at our podcast that's in between these ones, which is Retro Duck, where we take a look back at films from the past, but we do a whole review. So the podcast is spent looking at one complete film in its entirety. So that would maybe be a Hitchcock season.
Yeah.
2
or 3, 3, 4 films maybe.
Right,
hits.
yeah.
Pick out the hits.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the hits and maybe one that's not so...
A bit of an obscurity, maybe.
One of the spy ones. Yeah.
Good sort of suggestion, I like that. And another tweet is enjoyed show 4.5, so that would have been the
Mad Max.
Yeah, Mad Max episode. Oh, it does say, made me think about Mad Max in a whole new way. Great show. Oh, thank you. It was a great show. Lee had mega potty mouth on.
Effin' and Jeffin'.
It was the Effin' and Jeffin' podcast, to say the least. And this is what we want. We really want interaction. We really want you to give us an opinion of what we should look at, or if you think what we're doing is bad, why not? Just let us know. And you can tweet in at duckingpod, and you can email us at theduckingpodcast@gmail.com. And you can also come and visit us on our website at theduckingreviewshow.com. We want some interaction. So that's the only communications we've had. So
Busy week.
Busy week. That is a busy week for us. On with the show, I guess. First up, we've got Batman vs Superman Dawn of Justice.
You're missing Batman vs Superman, Dawn of Justice.
I nearly put the colon in and I just skipped
you've got to
it
put
out.
the colon in.
So I
I'll put a dash.
Oh no, it's a colon.
Sorry, I've pumped.
Thank you.
That's your colon.
Yeah, speaking of colons. Directed by Zack Snyder.
I've heard of him.
Written by Chris Terrio and David S. Goyer.
Oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Who writes for like the old cartoons, isn't he?
Actually, I suppose we're skipping a little bit here because I was going to look at what Zach Buddy's done.
Sorry.
I was going to look at what Zach's done, and so obviously, well, actually, maybe not so obviously. Man of Steel.
Yeah, Man of Steel.
Sucker Punch, did he do that?
Sucker Punch.
Yeah,
Suck off, Sucker Punch. It's rubbish.
Hey, I like it, man.
I like it.
It's awful. But he also
Visual
did Watchmen.
Watchmen.
That's good.
300.
300. Dawn of the Dead.
Yes. Okay. Quickly, really quickly. What did you think of that Dawn of the
I've not
Dead?
seen it.
Is that
2004.
the remake one?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I liked it.
Yeah, it was alright.
That'd be good.
Did he do Sin City?
No,
No.
that's Robert Rodriguez.
Yeah, you're getting confused with the Rodriguez. And so moving on, Chris Terrio. One thing that I got was that he did the screenplay for Argo.
Oh, that's good.
It is good.
Well, Ben Affleck.
Batfleck.
Batfleck. Batfleck. David S. Goyer, and I feel like Lee's got something to say, but he did Dark Knight Rises.
Didn't he do?
Right, yeah. But
Didn't he do some of the animated stuff as well?
I'm pretty sure he did.
I've not got it, but that doesn't mean to say it didn't happen.
Because the name does ring a bell, like
Yeah.
quite loudly.
Yeah, he was involved with the Chris Nolan ones, wasn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is fitting, bought in maybe.
Well, it's all part of... these are still produced by Syncope, aren't they? The production company that
Nolan.
do all the Chris Nolan films, and Chris Nolan was a producer on
I didn't know that.
Man of Steel, wasn't he?
Right.
And that's why they got that continuation of that like dark vibe from...
Yeah.
Kind of misjudged, I guess, for Superman, in my opinion, but the dark
Yeah, I
vibe
Yeah.
from the Dark Knight trilogy.
I guess that is pretty much a good starting point. I feel like we could talk about the first Superman film.
What, from
A
19...
I'd much rather talk about that one if I'm honest.
Oh,
So,
Man of
no.
Steel.
Man of Steel.
Man of Steel, yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
again.
You said they're too dark.
well, I mean, we should maybe talk about this trailer first, then go back and talk about Man of Steel, because I think there's things from that lead into this trailer.
Yeah, very much so.
Let's do that then, yeah, sounds
so,
good.
yeah, I mean, so the trailer starts off with kind of... Well, let's go slightly on a different tangent. Like, this film is kind of based loosely, in a way, so it's definitely visually and certain stylistic choices on the Dark Knight Returns comic graphic novel.
Yes.
Frank Miller.
The Frank Miller, which has like the fight between Batman and Superman, but also like you've got the kind of newsroom babble going on at the beginning of this trailer, where they're kind of all these, which is very, very much of the Dark Knight Returns, but kind of in that comic, there's a lot of like cuts to news stories about stuff that's going on, although it's mostly focused on Batman in
and
that.
It takes the form of the narration in a way, doesn't
yeah,
it?
yeah, and kind of like how that, what's going on is affecting like people and stuff. I've only read it the once, but that definitely the beginning of this trailer reminded me of that.
Well, that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, might as well cut straight to it. I mean, like the Batsuit is totally reminiscent of that particular iteration of Batman and that look of Batman.
It's an older Batman, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess he's an older character in this, but the way he looks in it, the build of him and the cowl and how that looks.
It's a lot
squarer, yeah.
Squarer. It's not more squat than when you look at the Nolan. He's sort of tall, that sort of athletic.
I mean,
build.
this guy's...
But in this, he looks more like a bit of a tank.
He
seems more
wide.
armoured.
Less armoured in this.
He's less armoured.
Did it really? For me, it kind of looked more armoured.
It was almost a cross between the Joel Schumacher rubber one.
Yes.
And, well, I don't know what the cross would be between the Hulk probably, because he's really built. He's huge in it, but it just looks like the old school sort of batsuit.
Right.
Yeah.
Not like the Nolan sort of military Kevlar
batsuit.
gear stuff.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? It's not armour plated. It's like
I guess it was the bulk that I'm thinking.
Yeah, he's really.
Yeah.
But I mean, you see pictures of Affleck, and he's just massive.
Yeah.
Like he's so like ripped in this film, and just like shoulders are massive.
Should we go there, Ben Affleck? He's
Seems
Batman.
quite cool. I mean,
If you didn't know yet.
spoilers.
It had a lot of. There was a lot of debate when this was first announced.
Furor, I'd have said.
Yes.
The thing is, like
Flame.
with Affleck, he has the chin to play Batman. Batman's
does.
all about the chin, kind of like Judge Dredd
Yeah.
was like
That's
about
all
the
you see
chin.
of
All
his
you can
real
see is
face,
just a
yeah.
chin.
I felt indifferent. Like, well, let's wait and see
When it
before
happens,
we say it's rubbish.
I think it looks quite good, but I mean, we're kind of skipping a bit to the end.
It's worth the discussion.
But,
I think.
I mean, did you notice? So you got all this talking, and they're talking about like Superman, isn't it? And they're saying like, oh, and there's a voice that comes up and says something. I think I wrote it down. No, I didn't.
Well, I've got the bit at the start. I think it was one of the first bits, and it says the most powerful man in the world. So it's going to be a figure of controversy.
Yeah.
So
That's
like
and
one
it's
of
all like zooming in around that statue, and there's a voice, and it's Lex Luthor's voice, who's played by Jesse Eisenberg, who says about like demons not coming from hell but from above.
yeah.
That's Jesse Eisenberg, definitely. That's Lex Luthor saying that.
Yes.
So obviously, like, there's sort of like, and there's that big statue of Superman, isn't there? And it pans round it, and where the Superman logo is, it says like "false god," and it's almost like, almost to me, like looking at it, it seems like there's two cults going on, like one that worships Superman and one that is the opposite of worshipping Superman. Because you got the bit where Superman comes down into a room in the trailer, and there's like 4 soldiers. You can't really see them, and they look a bit like stormtrooperish. And they get down on their knees. They kneel before Superman, like kneeling before Zod or something.
Kneel before
like,
Zul.
You know, like there's a certain like. I mean, I don't know how far they're going to go into that, but certain like the Superman, the god, almost.
Well, the that bit when you said the false god, there's a really big part on that. As it pans around, the light flashes up onto that. You can hear the crowd, like you're saying, when it builds up with that media sort of furor type thing. They start chanting, "Go home."
Is that
like
what? Yeah.
Like going, "Go home, go home, go home."
I've got something. I don't know if I'm predictable now, but I've got something written down about that bit. I wondered if it was an anti-immigration film.
Oh God, he's gone political already.
But he's an alien, and they're shouting, "Go home!"
Yeah.
And I don't know. I was just like, "Is that a subtext there? You can read into it."
Oh, of course. I mean,
yeah. I don't know if there's much else to be said about that, but it seems so blatant. Go home, go home. But he doesn't have a home.
No, well, that's the thing.
Not now,
but I said we might talk about Man of Steel later, but we might as well talk about this point now. Like the end of the battle at the end of Man of Steel between Zod and Superman, and they destroy the whole the whole Metropolis version of Manhattan is decimated by this massive fight, and
Completely.
you think how many people would have died in that.
I know
that's one of the things I didn't like.
But this
about
was a
the
bone of
film.
contention that me and Lee both had, and Matt as well.
Yeah,
I think all of us had this bone of contention when we watched Man of Steel. There were too many deaths. Too many casualties, but too many casualties.
Civilians.
But that Superman didn't stop. In fact, caused.
Spoiler, big spoiler if you've not seen Man of Steel.
Yeah.
At the end, she just breaks a man's neck.
Yeah.
Well, I can get that because he's going to kill a family.
But still,
he's
even
Death Ray.
You know what I mean?
But he gets pushed to that limit,
He's
doesn't
got
he?
skills where he could have avoided that.
Yeah, I believe
He
so.
could have laser eyed or something.
I
You know,
think,
there's things that could have been explored where that could have been avoided. Even the parts where they're flying through the buildings.
But, you know, like...
Yes.
One of those things everyone says is, well, why didn't you just fly him into space?
Yeah, there's
That's
lots
true.
of things.
But, I mean, are they building... Like, you watch that at the time, you watch it and you're like, right, okay, that was a bit annoying. Like, there wasn't any time of him being Clark Kent. You don't see him, like, saving loads of people. But then... if their intention was to do this next, and what this film starts off as, and what creates the fight between Batman and Superman is the fact that Superman's destroyed Metropolis, then, you know, that's fair enough, isn't it? Like, you know, they've obviously made it as the beginning of a franchise.
Yeah, and I had one thing about, wasn't there some talk about an alternate reality within that sort of Superman universe, that this is like an alternate reality of the story of Superman, is that he isn't so godly, and he's a bit more frivolous about human life, and he's a bit more aggressive. I'm sure I read something about that. In fact, in my head, I had it as you telling me about that. I mean, you're looking at me blankly.
The thing is, like, every iteration of any superhero, I mean, these stories are told countlessly. You know, he's been around since the 40s or whenever. I'm sure it's the 40s, it might be the 30s. But anyway, he's been around so long that there's so many variations of the same character. Yeah. And maybe, you know, like, they're trying to tell this darker story, which they obviously were from, you know, on the back of the Dark Knight trilogy. Then maybe, you know, this is the version they want to tell, and this is where it wants to go.
Well, when you started talking about that then, saying that's where the conflict with Batman might have come from, think about it. It was an origins story. So it could be that, you know, he started out like that, and this conflict with Batman could make him see that actually life is really valuable, and I can't hurt anyone.
I mean, it is the dawn of justice.
That's what I mean.
We all know that the justice that they're alluding to is a Justice League.
On that, sorry. There was a thing I read today about, apparently there's been some stuff leaked about concept art to do with Wonder Woman. Obviously, she's going to be getting a film at some point. Is she going to be in this?
Yeah, she's in it.
She's definitely in it.
And she's out of the Fast and the Furious films, isn't she? She's an actress called Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot.
And Aquaman is going to be in this, and that's Jason Momoa he plays Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones. He's going to be Aquaman.
Have you seen? There was a picture of him.
Yeah,
he looks
awesome,
sick. Yeah,
so he looks like
he's not that really camp Aquaman from the comics.
Right.
You want the orange and green one with the little
it looks
blonde
badass.
perm.
Right, I haven't seen
it's
that.
Khal Drogo.
He looks like some kind of like Poseidon type dude.
Which he should be.
Yeah,
you know,
he's massive. He looks really cool.
I'm going to rewind a little bit here and revert back to some of the narration that comes in at the start. And
that was so bad.
when it says the most powerful man in the world should be a figure of controversy, or I know that it's set up to, like, we should be thinking about Superman, and that's what it sort of forces on. Alludes to. Thank you. But should we be thinking about Superman? Should we? Or should it be Batman? Because Superman is not a man. Batman is a man. And he has loads of money.
Well, on that...
Yeah, but they don't know who he is, do
Lex
they?
Luthor.
Yeah.
Lex Luthor. But, like, they don't know who Bruce Wayne is Batman. So, like, that kind of...
I almost perceived some part of this to be money versus the gods. So, we've always got this, like, this is proper geek talk now. But you've got Batman is a man with money and, like, tools. And maybe he's got super intelligence.
Well,
but Superman is a superhero.
It's that, classic
He's
argument.
from another planet.
Is Batman a superhero?
Yeah.
Or is he just a rich man with toys?
Yes.
It's been like a
that's the
timeless argument, isn't it?
It's
Kevin
Smith, I'm sure, would argue that Batman is a superhero in his own right. He's got this. He's super smart.
Well, he's
a super dude.
He is like the peak of, like, what it is to be. Well, not to be a man, but like what he is. He's a man trained to the peak of physical ability, but he's also a brain that's, like, super intelligent, the cleverest guy going. So he's like the peak of, you know, he is the Superman as what the Nazis would say what the Superman is.
Like a Greek Adonis.
Like, you know, the Superman that Nietzsche, what he said and what the Nazis bastardized into the, like, doctrine. But, like, he is the Superman. He is that. And then you got Superman.
He's an alien.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
a man
Super.
who's super.
But he's not superhuman.
No, he's not.
He's an alien.
He's just an alien.
Yeah.
Like David Bowie.
He's an alien.
Oh.
I'm still not convinced he's from Earth.
Neither's he.
No. Okay. So we're not arguing amongst ourselves then about
No, I
that.
think we've done
accepted
pretty
that.
good.
No, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, what's interesting, you had the beginning of this trailer, it's all about Superman, and you see a couple of shots of Superman, and he's like he's laying down like a satellite or something.
Yeah,
So obviously,
it looked a bit rubbish that bit, didn't it?
it did, but you know, it's like the film's not out for another year. So
Jurassic World CGI team did that bit, I think. Yeah.
Right,
So
yeah.
that's something, that will look good. You know, it's going to look
Probably
good.
might
'cause-
even be in it.
I put that I thought it looked good.
Well, I didn't think it looked bad, so
Yeah,
I might
I-
have just did.
It looked like, do you know, one of those like button moon rockets?
It's probably a...
Hang on, Lee. I don't think I'm ever going to get to fit this in anywhere else ever again in the future. But Matt saw Button Moon live.
I did.
I did. Oh.
It's only you. I didn't. I hate my life.
Button moon.
We followed Mr. Spoon, Button Moon. Anyway.
No, we can't just start with the copyright thing though, otherwise.
So you got all the Superman stuff at the beginning. And
It's
then
in like 3 parts, isn't it?
Well, it's in... Yeah,
There's
then
Superman, then Batman.
then you go to Batman.
And then the meeting at the end,
And you got the voiceover, you got a shot of Ben Affleck's face. And you got the voiceover of Alfred, which is Jeremy Irons, saying like,
Right.
that's how it starts, the fever, the rage, powerlessness, that turns good men cruel. So obviously, like...
He says powerlessness, great, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Powerlessness.
Right, so obviously, I think, this is just my own opinion, Batman has seen what Superman's done and he feels powerless to be able to fight this guy. And he's got it in his head that he needs to take him down, and that's what leads to, like, the confrontation.
Right. His own suffering is his inability to... His intimidation.
Well, he can't see... He sees this guy who is like, wow, this guy's
Invincible.
like magic.
Yeah.
Literally.
How do you fight that?
You build a badass batsuit with light up eyes, that's what you do!
So Batman obviously sees Superman as a threat that he can't handle.
Yeah.
Hence, you see later on the Uber Batsuit, the robot, you know, the heavily armoured Batsuit that you see at the end, which is different to the one at
What
the
does
beginning.
Batman say to Superman when he lands in front of him?
Tell me, do you bleed?
Yes.
You will.
You will.
Boom, 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 boom.
Which is awesome, but
I'll be back.
what we do see...
I'll be bad.
We see in this section, we see the suit on on its mannequin.
In his wardrobe.
Yeah,
Hanging up.
That looks like the normal batsuit.
yeah.
And then
You got the kind of heavily armoured batsuit that you fight
metal,
Superman in.
like the
Yeah.
Hulkbuster batsuit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
exactly.
want to
Yeah.
call it that as well.
We also get a couple of shots of the Batmobile.
Yeah?
Looks
You get
like, quite a lot like the tumbler from the back.
Yeah,
doesn't
It
it
does.
does.
I mean, I've seen the stills of the front, and it looks
Yeah.
definitely more in keeping with that
Batmobile.
curvy
Yeah.
sort of Batmobile look that you'd be used to from maybe like the other films and the animated series. But you also see a couple of shots of the Batwing as well.
Yeah.
So he's got his own thing going on, definitely.
He's got his
and
own
it's
thing.
not, but I mean, there's obviously Batman's got his own thing happening
Yeah.
before the Superman stuff, or maybe after. I don't know. You don't know what order it's going to come in. But
Timeline. Well, because
Yeah.
on that, you don't know whether the other guys are going to come into it either, do you? Like Aquaman and Wonder Woman, what's going to happen there?
Well, I know exactly. I mean,
They're
this
bitten off too much.
maybe, but they're doing a Marvel, aren't they? Trying to set up like their own universe. And then we'll skip kind of over this bit a little bit. I mean, what do you
Probably.
think of Batfleck? I think he looks good. I think
Yeah.
he'll be a good Batman.
I don't have a problem with it.
The big bone of contention for me, I know it's
Go
awful
on.
to say it, but man, I feel like such a geek saying it, is the voice, because it's always different, innit?
Yeah,
Every
sure.
Batman's had a different take on the voice.
I'm just going to say this. I think you're right to bring this up because mostly Batman's covered up.
Well, yeah, you only see his chin.
Most of it, from the actor's perspective, is going to be obviously the rest of it, but the voice.
Yeah.
It's the voice. But the voice we hear...
What were you saying?
Is, well, the only part where you hear him talk really is that ending part, but he's in the sort of super suit, and it's all like weird and
Sounds
modulated.
roboticized.
Yeah, as if it's coming through like a PA on the suit.
Daft Punk.
Yeah, he's been
Going through a vocoder.
yeah,
But
it's some funk.
I'm sure, but he's not like I'm Batman, is it?
It's just like the deep gravelly voice, isn't it? It's almost a bit like.
It's a bit more like Kevin Conroy.
That's the name. God, I'm glad you said that.
From the animated series and from the Batman games.
And the games as well, yeah.
Right, I'm gonna rush us on this.
Well, no,
now.
we got the coolest bit. So we come to
Sorry,
the bit.
snorting massively there.
We come to now the bit where you got the shot of Superman up here and Bat up here in the sky, 20 foot up. Batman's talking
His
to
hands
him.
in the air for
Like there's a stand-up between them, and that's when he says, "Tell me, do you bleed?" And then you got like the shot, and he reverses the shot from behind Superman's head, looking down at Batman. That is mega. That's amazing. That bit. That is like pure, like awesome.
I want to watch this.
Yeah, it really sells it, and you get the thing of Superman comes, lands on the floor like he did in Man of Steel, but like real force.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "You will."
Do you know what? The only thing since then that sort of not sullied it, just took the epicness off a little bit, is I saw something to do with the Lego Batman, and he was wearing the same suit with the light up eyes, and then the next time I saw it, I was just like, it looks just like Lego Batman.
A Lego Batman suit will look like that, though, won't it? You know, with a sticky outline.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
It looks cool. It does look
I
cool.
mean,
round it up.
yeah. So I mean, I think it looks really cool. I have my reservations about it because I'd give the first film 3 out of 5.
A push. I saw it again, didn't I? I rewatched it.
Superman, sorry.
Yeah, I rewatched it.
And the first Batman one then.
No, there's Man of Steel. Sorry,
Man of Steel. I rewatched it and really liked it, but that's besides the point. So let's score this up. Come on.
I'm gonna give it a 4.
Wow. Okay. Right. Good. Yeah.
I love
good.
Batman.
Yeah, that's.
I think Affleck's gonna be a good Batman.
This is good. We're gonna. I think we're gonna be a bit different here. Matt.
I'm going to go 3. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm still a bit on the fence.
I don't know. No, I'm not gonna say ifs. I'm giving it a 3.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm
Why
not
a
because.
three?
You're not even going to justify
Is
it.
it because of the first one?
Yes.
You see,
Yes, it is because
I
of the first
would give the
one.
first one a 3, but this is Batman in it.
Superman, you're talking about there.
Yeah, Man of Steel. I would give the first.
Like,
You just keep saying the first one, you're not talking
Well,
about what
we're
you're
talking
talking
about this same. Like, imagine the first one is Iron Man to the Avengers. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the
this
first one in this kind of cinematic
Series,
universe
Arc.
is a 3. Definite a 3.
Yes.
This is so. Imagine
Yes.
all the Superman stuff is still a 3. Batman's going to give it an extra 1 to me because he's Batman.
It nearly pushed it up to 4. Nearly. Like this trailer, I've seen it a few times, but I watched it again this time more
I've watched it a couple
critically.
of times.
Yeah,
See, the first-
it nearly did it, but no.
It's funny because the first time I watched this trailer, like a month ago or whenever it was.
Yeah.
Was it that long ago? Really?
Yeah,
Yeah, just after around about the same time the Star Wars one came out.
Apologies, we're a bit behind.
No, we can do what we want.
I was a bit like, yeah, it looks alright. But the more I watch it, and the more, you know, when we do these podcasts, you kind of watch it 5 times and then like kind of try and work stuff out.
I
The
felt
more
excited.
I'm talking about
I
it,
felt excited.
and we haven't
this
seen
time.
anything of Aquaman or Wonder Woman. We've not seen Lex Luthor yet. All this stuff. Like, I reckon it'll be pretty good. I'm hoping it's as good as Watchmen was.
Right. Next.
Yeah, let's go.
Tomorrowland.
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 It's Tomorrowland. Directed by Brad Bird.
Yeah.
Written by Damon Lindelof.
David. Is it Damon?
Yes.
It is Damon, isn't
Damon Lindelof. And also Brad Bird.
Right.
Secondary
Well, we're
writer.
talking about Lindelof. Couple
Yeah.
of points. First thing that strikes me about, like, when I saw that he wrote it, he wrote Lost.
Yes.
It's about
no.
Prometheus. He also wrote Star Trek Into Darkness, and he also wrote World War Z.
Yeah,
so he's track record.
And,
It's
which
mixed.
is relevant to this style of film, Monsters University, Brave, check this out, Toy Story 3.
Lindelof did.
Hang on.
Oh,
He's read this wrong.
I misread.
Lindelof wrote, he didn't have else to do with those. Lindelof was Lost, Prometheus, Star Trek Into Darkness, and World War Z. So he's a pretty bad writer.
I'm just going to say, that's a pretty sketchy record.
Star Trek
Not
Into
that
Darkness.
all of
some
them
of those
films-
films were okay.
Hang on.
Apart from the writing.
He
Yeah.
also wrote Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so yeah,
I have not even seen the end of that.
it's rubbish.
Yeah.
I mean, Brad Bird would have had something to do with those films, maybe. But
No,
did
yeah,
you think, like, did you mention the Iron Giant?
I
when you
got
were saying-
confused. What I wanted to say is Brad Bird also directed
Right.
Monsters University, Brave, Toy Story 3.
He didn't direct
Up.
all of those.
Yeah, he's down as...
Producer.
he's down as direction.
No, he totally didn't direct all, did he?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No.
Now, live, Downsy is going to check this out.
IMDb.
I'm going to look as well.
He kind of directed all of those.
This is dead air. Someone talk.
Like, basically,
No, it's
he
fine.
directed Iron Giant, awesome.
Nah, man.
The Incredibles, awesome. Ratatouille, awesome. Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol, alright.
Yeah, man. I don't know what you're on about. The director for Brave was Mark Andrews and Brendan Chapman.
He might have produced them though, because he's like Pixar dude, isn't he? He might have produced them.
Yeah, I'm now
What did
looking.
you do? Did you just...
What did you read?
I don't know what I've done.
So, just ignore everything Carl said for the past 5 minutes.
You can't take that out. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't. But I've got the facts now.
Well, yeah,
So
the correct information.
feel really ridiculously embarrassed, but I don't know why. If you've only just realised that this is a blag, then you know you're behind.
More fool you.
More fool you. Monsters University senior creative team.
Yeah.
So the
right.
same for Brave
Yeah.
and Toy Story
Yeah, he's
3.
like
Is
high
he
up.
like
Oh.
conceptual type
Yeah.
guy then?
Executive consultant behind a lot of episodes of The Simpsons.
He's a dude, basically.
Yeah.
Mm.
Ideas, man. That's what it should say.
But I mean, have you seen the Iron Giant?
Oh,
think I have.
Have you read the book, The Iron
Yes.
Man? It's the film of that. It's
Yes.
absolutely awesome. Vin Diesel is the voice of the Iron Giant.
Isn't it
He's
one
just
of-
like all like 20 times.
Isn't it Pixar? But it's
No,
like 2D
no,
animation.
It's 2D. It's not Pixar, but it's awesome.
It's DreamWorks then.
I think
an
it's
old
DreamWorks.
one.
Yeah.
I
Well,
remember when
after
it came
my
out, yeah.
tremendous cock up.
Cock and balls up.
Apologies, listeners.
So right, shall we talk a bit about the trailer?
Yeah,
I mean,
I've-
it's got George Clooney
a
in it.
bit. I've put that she picks up a super amazing
It's a
pin.
badge.
Badge.
A-
The pin
a
badge.
pin
Come on,
badge.
we're not
They call it a
American.
pin, but it's a badge.
Yeah, that's laced with LSD. That pricks her finger and takes her to a super amazing place.
Well, what happens is she picks up this badge, which somehow transports her into the
LSD.
future, and she can see all this stuff.
Yeah.
Is
Which
it
is
the
also
future?
physically in now times, because like she'll be walking into walls and stuff that aren't there because she's in now land,
Yeah.
Yes.
and in Tomorrowland.
It's like she picks it up and she can see where she is.
Yeah, but
Which is not
isn't
physically there.
Yes. I think going by
Because
that trailer.
there's a part of it, like you said, there's a bit where she walks into a wall and bangs her head, and
There's
it
a bit in
changes
the
back.
water as well.
Yeah.
There's a bit where she walks
That
into
was
something,
awesome, isn't
and the
it?
water
It
starts
was
filling
really
something up,
awesome.
and it changes to she's in a river.
Yeah, that looks so cool.
Then she goes round like probably
George Clooney's
her
house.
dad's mate's house.
Yeah.
Easy.
And then the people try and get her.
Well, but they're like crazy.
Come on,
You-
you're skimming over this. Come on.
But they're
Give it some
crazy.
more credit.
Like, what happens is she goes to George Clooney's house. He's got this cool house, right? There's got all this like future
We should
tech in
point
it.
out that it isn't really George Clooney's house, or is it?
Well, who knows? But he's in the house, and Like, she's like, Gus, what's this thing? And he brings her in.
He sounded really sad. God, what's this thing, love?
What is this bench, mate?
Yeah, she holds it up to his really old, like, middle of the desert type house, like a farmhouse thing.
Yes.
And he's got this super modern CCTV camera over the door.
Yeah.
And she holds it up and she's like, oh, I've got this, let me in.
I've got this thing! And, and he goes in, but then all these, like, robot dudes from the future come to get her. And like this is the third.
They are robots as well.
Yeah,
aren't
definitely.
they?
Yeah, there's a bit where she cuts off a guy's hand with like a weird portal generator.
Yeah,
and it's a robot hand.
Because it's pretty violent.
Well, it is, but they're robots, so it don't matter. So
it's fantasy violence.
So it can still be a 12.
That's why they're robots.
Yeah, but it's a really cool looking scene that they're in this house and these robots are trying to get them, and to me it reminded me a lot of Minority Reports.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
there's a scene when all the future cop guys are coming after Tom Cruise and they've got all the future weapons.
Yeah.
And they're all on jetpacks and stuff and flying around, and totally reminded me of that particular scene.
I can see that.
Because it's kind of like future tech that's kind of seems almost realistic.
Yeah, it's like, I've got it down for some of the stuff later on. I've put, well, actually for that bit it's not. It's very sort of futuristic, but you can believe it. It's quite grounded. But some of the stuff that you see, because you don't really know what the crack is on the trailer, it doesn't tell you a lot.
Well,
but there's bits with, I think I call them Tom Clooney, George Clooney, where, what does he say? He says, "Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet," and it's like one of those classic movie lines.
Yeah,
where they're in this room and it's all sort of copper and bronzy, and it looks very steampunk. There's all like cogs and flying wheels and things. And then the ground opens into this weird spiral and a giant rocket comes out. Yeah. And my instant thing now is like, this is like, well, Jules Verne.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
it's like, and then it clicked in my head and I was like, hang on, it's Tomorrowland. It's based on one of the Disney park sort of zones. Disneyland Paris, there's a whole area that's, well, Jules Verne.
Yes, it is.
Space Mountain.
Yeah.
All the inside of that was based on Jules Verne, and the Trip to the Moon film.
First Man in the Moon?
No, you're about
the French film.
Oh, right, yeah.
Le Voyage de la Lune, I think it's called.
Yeah, because there's a whole film about the guy that made that film.
Hugo.
Yes.
Yeah. I love that film.
Hugo.
Yeah, and the Nautilus, they've got that there. And it reminded me of all that. I thought, yeah, actually this all makes sense. They've just gone into like the Disney art department thing. Well, said, this all looks cool, we'll pull this in.
You've brought me into a very good... You've led me into my own point, accidentally rather. So obviously at some point we were going to mention that this film is based on a ride or
it's
a
not
zone.
A ride, it's an area of a
land. It's Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, so you've got the same thing happening here as Pirates of the Caribbean, but there's a little bit more going on here than you might think.
Johnny Factsmith.
Yeah, I sort of, for no real good reason at all, searched NASA and Disney because she's wearing a NASA hat. And like I said, no good reason at all. I just thought,
Cole, what you might have done at this point is actually look to what he directed and get your facts right at the beginning. Rather than read about NASA.
That's what I should have been doing. But instead what I did is I did a little search on NASA and Disney. And there's a guy called, it's a German guy called von Braun. And he was...
That's just his name?
Yeah, von Braun.
Jean-Claude von Braun.
Once World War II had ended, what happened there is there were a lot of rocket scientists.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, did he make the V2s and all that kind of thing?
Well, what he was involved in when he eventually moved over to America and got involved in their schemes was he was a part of the first man in space.
Yeah.
He was a part of the first satellites in space, and he was really say again.
That was all Russia. Yuri Gagarin and Sputnik.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like the American space program.
Yeah, the American space program.
It can't have been very good.
The Apollo missions.
I might have read a bit of propaganda. But, it was on about these early space programs that he was called in for, and but he had this sort of vision about not manipulating but harnessing and using the media of that time to reinforce popular interest or like redirect it and get it involved in space programs.
Right.
And Mr. Disney himself was also like thinking along the sort of the same idea, really. And at this point, he was creating Disneyland.
Yeah.
And they already had. I'm going to read verbatim from what I read because it's really interesting. The theme park would include 4 major sections: Fantasyland, Frontierland,
Boom.
Adventureland, and Tomorrowland.
And Westworld.
Now, Disney producers would incorporate ideas from Disney fantasy films like Snow White and Pinocchio and others to promote the first area of the park. The second and third areas would be built around Davy Crockett and adventure films. Now, Tomorrowland represented a real challenge to them, and in response, they contacted Von Braun, who, according to Smith, pounced on the opportunity as a technical consultant for Disney, and together Disney and Von Braun created Tomorrowland.
Right.
Do you know what year that was, roughly?
No.
Was it the year that they created the moon landings?
Because thinking about it, when you see it, it has got that sort of Jetsons vibe to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Of
does.
that sort of
The way it
60s
looks.
future.
It
thing.
was all around about that. It was earlier than that, actually. It was much earlier than that. It was literally not.
But when did
it was like the
what?
50s.
Yeah, 50s.
Yeah, it was like the 50s. And so you've got this real intertwined link. In fact, when you read about it, and I'm going to put a link to the essay on our website. It's really interesting. There's this they're intertwined. This whole Disney and NASA thing, it goes on.
Well,
for, ages.
it carries on now, I think, because they have all of the Epcot and
Yeah.
they've done Mission to Mars with NASA
Yeah.
and things like that. And
But the fact that it was they were heavily involved, NASA were heavily involved technically with the creation of Tomorrowland and that aspect of it, and this is sort of, I don't know if that NASA hat's there is a nod towards it. I think it is.
maybe.
Yeah, it's
This
got to
goes
be,
back,
because
it
it
is.
is.
Yeah.
If this film's based on the ride or the area that guy helped make, of course it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
It can't not be, can it? I mean, we're not. Let's get back to the film, though.
That was the film.
No, but to the trailer.
Mystical.
Flying bathtub.
Yeah, I've put space bath.
Yeah. Reminiscent of, nuclear fridge.
Oh God, I've put very reminiscent to me being a child in the bathtub, wishing that it could just turn into a spaceship and fly off somewhere.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Nobody
well,
else did that.
nope. But it,
I didn't write it down.
it did remind me of the nuclear fridge from Indiana Jones.
Yeah, that's because
Totally reminded me
that's
of
just
it.
because it's in your head.
Anyway, yeah, so there's that bit. And like you said, there's a bit with a rocket. And
I said not many chances to get into a bathtub with a child.
Well, actually, the actress is 23.
Yeah.
So I was
Wow.
looking at, yeah. But I think the way they portray her in this film, she's got to be
She's quite young.
18.
Yeah.
The bit none of us have talked about is the sort of Home Alone section of the trailer,
Go on.
where Clooney set his house up with loads of sort of
Yeah.
traps and hijinks.
That's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got the that laser grid from Resident
Yeah.
Evil. It's got
Yeah.
that in there. It's got the magnetic wall
Yeah.
where all the robots
awesome.
stick to it. What
That's
else
really
is
cool.
it?
And he
I
shoots.
loved all the shutters.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It
very
made me-
panic room.
Yeah, it made me feel really safe.
And then make you feel like
I'm
nice
with Clooney now.
Yeah.
It's just me and you, Clooney. Just me and you.
He's still a bit
Let's
fast.
get in the bath.
Yeah. Okay, go on, run that bath. you
Clooney's
future
hot bath.
Yeah, that's all I've got. I'm spent.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, to me, yeah, we covered the trailer pretty much. There's other trailers that are a lot more confusing than this one.
I'm gonna say that it looks really cool, and I think we've just touched upon that. You just went there, and it looks awesome. I do think it looks really cool, and I've just got a little sort of note here. What about the story?
Well,
We
doesn't
don't
it?
It's not
know.
It
really said
doesn't
anything.
say anything, and
No.
maybe that's a good thing because we said in the past about trailers,
And about the writer, to be honest.
but about trailers in particular, they give everything away from a film. We said it in
Oh,
this
yeah.
podcast,
Yeah, yeah.
earlier podcasts, how you, like the Cinderella trailer springs to mind. Where I mean, it's Cinderella, so you know the story, so that doesn't matter.
Well, there was another trailer that you mentioned that gave The one that we analysed
Oh,
to
good.
death.
Terminator.
No, we analysed...
Furious 7?
No, we analysed the Star Wars trailer, but it gave nothing really away. It said a lot, but it gave nothing away.
Kind of like the Batman trailer as well, shows
Yeah.
quite a lot.
Yeah.
But that's better, isn't it?
I'd rather that than, like,
Than know it
feel
all.
like you don't need to see a film.
Those types of trailers sort of give you vertical slices of shots that look cool, and
But
like
no context.
this thing's going to be in it, but you don't know in what context.
God, that's so well put, Matt.
Where
Yeah, a vertical slicing.
it just cuts a piece out and goes,
Yeah.
that looks good. Whereas Age of Ultron didn't really do it.
Oh, but the
The
Terminator,
Terminator one was the worst. Yeah.
Right,
Oh,
he's
God,
giving you
yeah.
horizontal slices.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was just pure, like...
Well,
just-
it
This
was
is
a
a
condensed
film.
storyboard, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah. Shall we get around to
Scoring
scoring
it,
this
yeah.
bad boy, Lee?
It's hard, because I'm not that... I don't know, like 3?
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's hard. Go on, say why you think it's hard to score, I mean...
Because part of me thinks, like, well, everything kind of looks cool, but then part of me thinks, well, is it just another Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like, is it just that thing, that Disney thing, or we've got a ride, let's make a film of it? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's a bit like
Pirates is pretty
I'm
bad.
not sold either way. I wouldn't go to watch at the pictures.
Matt?
So yeah, 3.
See, I quite like the look of it. It's because of the way the trailer's been done. It does make me want to watch it because they don't really let on much about it. You know that Clooney's got something to do with this future world. She's found this badge that lets her go there. But aside from that, well, you know, not much. And I want to know what it's about. And it looks cool. So, fuck it, 4.
I think that's good. You've been really honest with what you think. I'm going to go with a 3. We always have anticipation, expectation. I think 3 is a middling for me, and I'll stick to it.
Well, it is a middling out of 5.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, but yeah, 3's a little bit above middling then, I guess.
It is, isn't it? Like,
Yeah,
'cause
2.5
is the middle.
Is the middling.
Well, no,
so,
3 is the middle
It's
score.
1 or 2, 4 or 5, 3's in the middle.
I just gave you the middle finger to demonstrate. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But it is!
Yeah,
It is,
3.
yeah, it's the average
2 either
score.
side,
Yeah,
so 3's
so
in the middle.
3 on there. 3 on there. I agree with Lee fully, actually. I really like the trailer. I really kind of do want to see it. Am I going to go out of my way to watch it? Truth is, probably not. Is it going to be a Pirates of the Caribbean? If I'm honest, I think there's a strong chance of it being that.
Maybe.
Laughing and dancing and singing and prancing the Moomins. Moomins. That's how you remember them. Watch them be destroyed into something completely different.
I'm so glad we're doing this because these are 2 shows we've been really positive about.
No.
Thank Christ for this.
We look at Moomins on the Riviera, and the Riviera is a river full of poo. Anyway, directed by Xavier Picard.
Xavier.
It's
Xavier.
directed by
Xavier.
a couple of people from France or Finland.
Yeah, well, we've got direction by Xavier Picard.
There's 2, isn't there?
But are we not completely lost on the humour of that? Picard,
Because it's
Is he actually
Professor
called that?
Xavier.
yeah, is Picard from Star Trek, Jean-Luc
Yeah,
Picard.
yeah.
Xavier being
Professor
his
X.
name in X-Men.
Is that real?
Yes, that's
Holy
fully
shit,
real.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd not even put that to. I just thought, X-Men and Star Trek.
I just
Yeah.
Not
looked
that
at
it's
the
the
names.
same man.
This is so bad. I looked at like the names of the people who made it. I thought, foreign.
Actually,
that's shocking.
if it's Xavier and it's French, won't it be Javier?
Yeah, it
No,
might
that's
be
Italian,
Javier
French.
Picard, but
Spanish.
we've got
Italian, French, Spanish.
and also
Brilliant.
Span Fralian. This is not actually what we think. Hannah Hamida.
What?
She also directed it, didn't she?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like I said, 2 people whose name are
really hard to pronounce.
Yeah, I didn't even bother writing them down.
For us, yeah. Written by Leslie Stewart,
That's easy.
which
Patrick
is
Stewart.
so funny. It goes on. Patrick
Pseudonym.
Stewart. Leslie Stewart. Oh, it's going to be good when we look at what Leslie Stewart's written. And also, Anina Eneko.
You're the worst person to do
Eneko.
this.
Anina
Ankle.
Ankle.
Eneko.
Enckell. Ankle.
It is ankle. Probably shouldn't drink before I read these out. It's bad
I'll just
enough.
I'll
let one
take
of
it,
us do
let's
it.
Yeah, I like doing it. It's a challenge. I'm gonna
Use
just
a bigger font.
straight up. Yeah, I should,
Bigger than that.
I think I should use a bigger font.
Gonna need a bigger font.
Director who's done a couple of things.
None of which I recognised.
A couple of these you might actually,
Go on, then.
if you look into it. The TV series, The Littlest Pet Shop.
Don't know it.
Yeah.
I remember this.
Yeah. The cartoon.
Can't remember what it was, but yes.
The Bots Master.
Don't know it.
Boxmaster.
The Bots Master was another cartoon.
Was it like a
based thing.
late 90s sort
I
of...
seem to remember it being.
It was probably one of those that came out
computer animated. I seem to remember it.
The
1993.
name rings a bell.
King Arthur and the Knights of Justice.
I think I might have watched
What was that? Is that the one with Rick Mail?
I wish it was.
Oh,
I don't
right.
think it is. And the Magic Trolls and the Troll
Yeah,
Warriors.
don't know it.
Look, this is my favourite bit when we go to the writer Leslie Stewart.
Right.
Or he wrote some things that you will know and love.
Go on.
That will fill you with strength and
Go on,
confidence
go on.
about the writing. You'll
Skip
think,
to
of
the end."
course this is going to be good. Of course it's going to be
It's going to
good.
be crap in it.
He wrote Holby City and Casualty.
And he didn't write all of it, I'm guessing, just the odd
Just
episode.
the bad episodes.
Yeah.
Did write quite a lot, actually.
Yeah, well, neither of them are outstanding.
No, of course
Pays the
not.
bills.
By the way,
He has lots of experience in hospitals and injuries. Yeah.
by the way,
That's why it's gash.
no, I've written.
Gash.
I really wanted to fly through my notes in like a torrent of abuse, but I feel like I'll be cutting into what you maybe have written, so I'll just do one at a time and then you say whatever. I've put the voices are all wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Yeah, I've put
Nothing like. Well, you said nothing like the originals. Obviously, the
Well, they're
originals
not.
are being like finished, but like nothing like the English ones from the.
Well, I think even
80s
the
and
English
90s.
ones weren't English, weren't the American?
I don't know.
I watched an episode. I watched like 10 minutes, not even that, 30 seconds of an episode today, and they were just different. They sounded just similar
Well,
to what they sound in this,
But not quite as...
but not
British.
as twattish.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
go and agree with Lee.
For
Really?
me, the voices almost came across as a little bit condescending.
Yes, not endearing.
It was bad.
No, a little bit
I mean-
like, oh, we're all a little bit sad. Something bad's... Oh, we're going to go to France. Oh. No.
It was really bad. I mean, it's nothing like what I remember the Moomins being like. The one thing that I thought was good about it, the beginning of the trailer, when we're in Moomin Land,
Yeah. And it's
and you
HD.
got Snufkin like playing his flute, and that looked awesome. Looked really cool and really good and Moominsy.
It looked good, that bit.
That was it.
Yeah, no, like just the animated
Yeah, it
style.
looked really
and-
cool.
Yeah,
and
the
I guess the
artwork.
animated style looks alright all the way through,
Yeah, it does.
but
To a
not something
certain
you'd watch at
degree.
a cinema.
I've also got Moomin, do not buy sexy underwear.
That's true.
No,
Oh, that bikini bit. The
Yeah.
expensive bikini.
it's just sexy underwear.
Well, it's the whole thing of them coming
They
into...
don't have sex.
Well, they probably do.
No.
'Cause it's Moomin, whatever, it doesn't really matter. Like, for me, what was so weird about it is, like, Moomins live in, like, wherever it is the Moomins live.
I know he's furious, he's shaking.
Wherever it
Turn
is
us around.
the Moomins live isn't, like, the same place that we live.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So how did they get from the place with, like, the Hattie Fatners and all this weirdness to the Riviera? It doesn't make any sense. Like...
Well, I've literally got this. And I was like, okay, it looks quite nice. The animation, it's not quite as I remember it being. Yeah, it looks a lot cleaned up, but it was a lot more Japanese, the animation. originally.
Yeah,
I think it was
was.
actually done in Japan.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
Really? Are you sure?
No,
it's a French-Finnish
It's Finnish.
combination who
I'm
made
sure
it.
'cause it was very sort of not anime, but the way it was drawn and everything's very Ghibli.
No, I agree with you. It is very much of that style.
It's
not
but
Ghibli.
It's not the studio that it's
No, hang
from.
on, hang
It's
on.
the
No,
one
I'm
here
not
is-
saying it was made by Ghibli. It's got that feel to it because it even
I
had the
think it
weird.
has.
It did because it used to have the weird little monsters and everything in
Yeah.
it, and there's none of that in this. It's like it might as well be called Moomins Go to France on holiday because they're not even in like the weird Moomin world. They've just gone to France.
And
Yeah.
I've also put everyone's just being a twat to the Moomins.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just like Moomin Papa decides he wants to be a frickin' French aristocrat.
Well, that's it. Moomin Papa and the
Gets
Sword
his tux
Maiden,
on.
they're loving it. But like Moomin,
Yeah.
Moomin and Moomin Mama, they don't like it. But it doesn't look like a Ghibli film because they look beautiful.
No,
That's what I'm
I
saying. The
don't think
original cartoon series used to have that more like old school Japanese drawn
Yeah, the
vibe. like
original
80s.
format.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, not this one.
No,
This
not
one.
this.
Yeah,
No.
better wisecross
Yeah.
there, mate.
Yeah, crosswise. The original format is Ghibli-esque.
Because it had that weird little character, like the weird strangeness.
Yeah, there's such a strangeness in the original, and it's gone now.
And it's kind of
starved
over.
out.
If it hadn't been translated, it'd be creepy as hell.
I mean,
Just-
it
And
basically,
that's what I liked
right,
about it. It was really
Yeah.
What
weird,
this looks-
different.
And actually, if I've watched a hell of a lot of episodes of it, I'm sure you both have. I borrowed the
What,
box
the
set
Moomins?
and watched
Oh,
it.
well, yeah, I watched them back in the day. I've watched a couple on YouTube. I mean, what this looks
but
like
there's
is
some
Moomins have
scary
gone
ones.
to Baba the Elephant Land.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Baba.
See, I like that one a
I
little.
don't
Yeah, no,
mind
it's
Baba.
cool.
This is worse
No.
than Baba.
No, but like, the Baba the Elephant lives in France.
Yes, so it makes more sense.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I get you now. Yes.
Yeah. It just doesn't make sense that they've gone to the friggin' Riviera. There's not much reason for it either in it. Apart from it
Well, they
sounds
just
like
go in a boat, don't they? Row
Yeah.
off in a boat.
He wrote Casualty in Holby City. How is this going to be good?
I mean,
it's like that. Yeah. There's nothing good to say about this film.
I hate this so much. I did a similar thing, but I wasn't this angry about bloody Paddington Bear.
oh yeah,
That was brilliant.
yeah. I remember like when
Is
we
this
watched...
going to be your Paddington Bear?
No, this is going to be shit. Like, because I was like, when we watched that Paddington trailer, and I was kind of backing it up, wasn't I? And he was like going, he's riding down the stairs in the bath.
It's not Paddington, no.
But it is Paddington.
Where's
It
the
is-
wobbly lines?
Yeah.
But it is Paddington. It was Paddington. It is. And
Yeah, capers.
Scott, hang on.
Right. To be honest, for me, we've said enough about this that we need to. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It was
Yeah.
crap.
Pure shit.
Oh, that's the only thing I've said actually that is anything remotely positive. I've put it's set in France, but the whole movie looks to have a lot more of a French animation vibe. Reminds me of The Illusionist and the Triplets
Yeah,
of
but that was good.
Belleville.
Oh, the Bellevue
Yeah.
Rendezvous film.
But that was a French animation team, so they've all got that sort of long, skinny character thing.
Yeah, for the
Big-
humans.
Yeah, that's what they look like, and they've gone for that a little bit in that.
The
I think
umbrella,
that's just generic sort of French.
the umbrella bit was
Animation.
good. When they
When
were
you pull
sat
it
around
down,
the table.
yeah,
they
that
were
was
like,
Hi, does.
that bit was funny, but nah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
pure
it's-
shit.
Scores
crap.
and the doors, Lee.
Right, one.
Yeah, one.
One.
Because they have to give it
I
one.
don't know, we're not allowed to give zeros, but I would. Right, moving on to the next. Retro trailer review.
Punch Drunk Love. Well,
Lee, directed by,
Paul Thomas Anderson.
written by,
Paul Thomas Anderson.
correct.
Produced by
Don't know.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Right.
Probably.
Paul Thomas Anderson. For
P.T.
those
Anderson.
people who don't know.
Say again, who?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Who's he called?
Paul Thomas
Paul.
Anderson.
Who are you going to
Thomas.
call?
Paul
Anderson.
Thomas Anderson.
When you've got Adam Sandler and a big budget, who are you going to
He
call?
doesn't have a big budget.
Oh, you've let me in, sorry.
Right, basically.
Who are we going to call? Unfortunately, not Martin Allison, who is our Adam Sandler
That's a
expert.
good point, actually.
And we
The
really...
whole reason we picked this was...
Yeah. We really wanted... We
Poor
picked this
Martin.
for Martin. I don't know. We're gonna do an email and put it in. I don't think we can.
We could get into email his opinion. We could put
Next
it on the
week we'll get.
We could put it on our website.
We could stick it on the website.
We'll put it on the website.
Yeah,
Get
right.
well soon,
So-
Martin. Please do.
Like
miss
when
you.
we thought it was going to be Martin, who in the first podcast did a phone in, and he's our resident Adam Sandler expert. I suggested this film because it has a legendary status amongst
Adam Sandler
Adam
fans.
Sandler's, not Adam Sandler fans because they probably haven't watched it, but
Or heard of it.
everyone else who knows anything about films will know that this is the only good Adam Sandler film because it's written and directed by Paul Thomas Anderson.
Who?
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Right.
I mean, like the first thing that strikes me about this trailer:
What's he done before?
Boogie Nights,
Oh,
Magnolia,
fuck's
There
sake.
Will Be Blood, The Master, Inherent Vice, like top of the game director. There Will Be Blood, like probably like one of my top 10 films of the last 10
Boogie
years.
Nights is brilliant. Have you seen The Short Cigarettes and Coffee?
No.
It's good. It's good.
That was a long pause there.
Yeah,
That
get
was
it,
like-
get
I
it.
thought you were
watched.
just done for a
yeah,
second. I was gonna-
No, 1993. It's really good. Get
Right.
that watched.
Can I just
That
say,
is also Paul Thomas Anderson.
for this trailer, although, there's a lot of pedigree and everything there, I was not on board until Philip Seymour Hoffman appeared.
Yeah.
That's right at the end of our
Yeah.
I didn't write a note until he appeared.
The Hoffman.
So I was like,
Really?
what the hell is this?
So you didn't write anything.
Well, this is the thing
No.
because
Okay,
you used to,
okay, go
you
Lee.
used to watching.
Although, after that, there's a lot of abuse for Adam Sandler.
Oh God!
Really? Because
Yeah, my next point is Sandler's stupid fucking face.
I thought, is it just me, or is Adam Sandler's quiet voice the most annoying thing you've
Well,
ever
this is the
heard
thing.
in your
Well,
life?
what-
a little bit like this.
what you've got to do is disassociate the Sandler.
I believe you
Effect,
as well.
right.
See, after that happened, and it really changed the tone of the trailer. As soon as, he sort of...
He's getting,
before that,
they're getting
he's-
mad. Yeah.
he sort of rang a sex line or something, or some weird, talk to a lady and she'll chat back to you.
Yeah.
And then she keeps ringing him or something, maybe.
Yeah, she
by the
rips
looks of
him
it.
off or something, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
and he rings them back and put me on to your supervisor, and it's Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yeah.
And
you're
then
like,
he's just
yes.
he tries to abuse him, but Hoffman just shuts him down by just saying random stuff. It's brilliant.
He shuts him
And
down.
I was just like, I want to watch it now.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing is about this film, what stands out to me, it looks like he's on the Asperger's scale,
Yeah, he looks a bit
Right.
simple in it.
for want of I was going to say something much worse, but
Well,
he's on that scale somewhere, right? But isn't
that-
every Adam Sandler character
I was
on
just
that
gonna
scale?
say,
Isn't he playing the same character that he plays in every single film you ever see him in, but he's being directed by an awesome director that'll
Yeah.
make him good.
Yeah, he's almost like, when you look at him
Yeah.
in something like...
Wedding Singer, this would have been not long after The Wedding Singer.
The one where he's got
Play
loads
these
of money.
roles.
What's the one where he's got loads of money?
That's his real life.
And he's still on the scale. No,
No,
there's
because
anything wrong with
there's Happy Gilmore. Thingy Madison.
I thought
Billy
you were going to
Madison.
say
Billy
that
Madison. Because
he's-
in that, he's not the brightest of the bunch.
No.
And when you go through it, he plays Little Nicky and he's Satan's son. And again, he's not the brightest of the bunch. All of these films, he's always playing someone who's a little bit sort of goofy,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
the silly thing.
So,
you know what I mean?
He's been cast as these typecast.
I thought Lee was going to say that throughout every Adam Sandler film, he's on the Asperger's scale, but each film's a different part of that scale.
Yeah, what is his whole movie sort of career is just a campaign for
No,
Asperger's.
but let's move a
Asperger's.
little bit away from that. because we don't wanna-
Asperger's is South Park. That's all I think of every
Yeah.
time I hear that word now.
But what he is, he's cast in this film where he's kind of playing the same
We're gonna
character
get in
he always
trouble.
plays.
Yeah.
But he's in a real film that's being well directed, so it kind of elevates what he does almost into something good.
Yeah. It looks like
So
like
all
you
the-
say, it's directed quite well, and it is kind of the character that he plays in everything almost works in this. Well, it probably does in the film. I said to Lee today, independently before we came here today, I just said I'd watched the trailer and I just said it's a terrible trailer.
Do you think?
Yeah,
Really?
I like it.
I don't like it.
I
It
disagree
doesn't.
with you.
To me, it doesn't sell the film very well. It's gone for a proper.
Well, it's got Adam
sort-
Sandler in it. Of course
Yeah,
it's got
it's
Sandler in
got.
it.
It strikes me as this really sort of soppy rom-com thing.
It
What,
is
what
that.
you've got going on here.
But it looks like it's got like quite a bit of
It's got
like
a different
clever
edge to
humour and
There's a lot of meat on the bones here, and this kind of trailer, the film in a way is artistic. That's right, artistic, not autistic. Right, it's artistic. The trailer is, and what you find in these sort of films that sort of develop along this, the trailer functions as a short film. It articulates itself well.
This is the
It
thing,
plays
like, no,
with the
seriously.
music well.
Paul Thomas Anderson directs edits his own trailers.
really.
Yeah.
That
God.
does not surprise me.
And
The
like
one for that film he's just released recently was much better.
Inherent Vice.
Yeah, I was sold from the beginning of that.
So
That
I
was
think
great.
this trailer is really cool because you've got kind of the first like minute. It's 90-second trailer, I guess. The first minute
Well,
is
I
a lot
watched
of sort.
2 minutes.
Well, maybe whatever it is.
Yeah, it was like 2 minutes.
The first
Okay.
like,
16, I think it was. Something.
Yeah.
but you get this awesome like last 45 seconds of the trailer where this song comes in and
Yeah,
you just see
that's
loads
where
of cool
it
stuff
got
happening,
good.
and it's all really well edited.
Do you know
but
why it's really cool? Because Adam Sandler's getting his ass kicked. That's what it is. It's like everyone's chasing him and trying to kill him and stuff and hunt him down.
Have you seen my last line?
That's literally where I took interest
Have
from.
you seen my use of capitalisation and bold font?
Philip Seymour
Yeah.
Hoffman.
I like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
As if he's dead.
I know.
Yeah, man.
You were actually putting something quite well. What you were putting together was worth putting together. You were saying the way the trailer presents itself and that builds. And
It builds up, and you see the setup of this kind of love story, and it is like a love film, a film about a couple and a guy who, you know, isn't like everyone else.
It's very lonely, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's a lonely guy. You
Yeah.
see that he's a lonely guy because
He works
he's
in
ringing
a
like
bong
some sort
factory.
of like.
A bong factory.
Yeah, he works in a bong factory.
Actually, there was one funny part where he said, "Yeah, we've got
It's indestructible.
an indestructible handle." And he smashes on the table and just breaks into pieces. Yeah.
And like, but you see that he's ringing this sex line, and that like, but then one of his sisters introduces him to this woman, and he seems to really love her or whatever. And
He's
then
punch
this,
drunk in love, isn't he? That's where I'm guessing where the
well,
name comes from.
but then he's got massive like anger issues, and you see him going off his head, which is what Adam Sandler does best, you know.
Yeah.
Happy
and-
Gilmore.
Yeah. So
The-
you got like these two
becoming a
sides to
hero.
him. He wants to like be able to be in love, but like he's got so much anger, and then through being lonely and being in touch with this sex worker or whatever it is, he's introduced to Philip Seymour Hoffman, and that creates a whole level of like crapness for his life and aggression, and like so he's trying to like, and he's got all these issues, and he's trying to
Yeah.
like it seems really interesting.
The one bit that I thought was really good. Again, it was in that latter sort of half of the trailer. Like I said, as soon as Philip Seymour Hoffman was introduced, my interest peaked, and I started paying a lot more attention to it. Bad, that innit?
No, I don't think so, because you've got like they work off each other well.
That's the bit I was going to point at. Was a scene where you see Adam Sandler stood in the street in his crappy suit that he's in for the whole thing.
Yeah.
And Hoffman like squares up to him, they're face to face, and he says, "Look, man, you've got no idea how much power I have, or
I've got a lot of strength in
how
me.
strength I am."
Strength
And
I
he goes,
have.
"I'm in love with this woman, and what is it? I've got nothing
They
to
hold
lose."
they hold hands down the corridor, and he's like, "I'm in love with a woman. She gives me strength.
Yeah.
I have nothing to lose.
Yeah.
As long as I've got her." It's
Yeah.
something like
And
that.
then it's like,
yeah.
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 And I was like, man, this is.
It looks off it actually. It looks pretty nice.
It looks really good.
That's one of my notes is. Wasn't really sure what is it. Is it a comedy? Is it a romance? Is it a gangster film? What is it?
It's like a Woody
film.
Allen film.
It's a film. I film doesn't need to sit in one genre. Like we're so used to, like especially with Adam
Multifaceted,
Sandler,
I suppose.
to see like films that like this is a comedy with a twat in it.
Yeah, the Adam
Right.
Sandler effect.
Yeah, the Adam Sandler effect.
Yeah.
But-
He's always the twat.
So
Yes.
like, why? That's what like it challenges your like preconception of like this is Adam Sandler. This film is going to be an Adam Sandler film.
Yeah.
But Philip Seymour Hoffman's in it. What?
It's a
It
brave-
looks really interesting now.
It's a brave, multifaceted choice to cast
Yeah.
Adam Sandler in this film. It's
Yeah.
a brave
I think it's.
choice.
I reckon
It's very
like,
brave.
fully
Well,
on purpose.
it's
Yeah, he
Uh,
must have written it for him in particular. I'm sure because he's so placed to his typecast that like it couldn't have been anyone else. And I've not even seen the film, but I'm sure it's good.
Yeah. Well, it's like, again, these discussions we have always lead into the bloody films we're going to review.
Yeah.
Me and Lou were talking about this, and BT Lee.
BT
Paul
Infinity.
Thomas Anderson.
Yeah. And saying that he did a similar thing with Boogie Nights and with
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg.
God,
Yeah,
yeah.
because Mark Wahlberg was a
Took him
complete
took
joke.
into like a really serious. Well, yeah, it is really serious.
It's
No,
a
it was-
serious
yeah, it
film.
was
I mean,
serious,
that
yeah.
film covers a lot of ground for
Well,
him
but-
yeah.
in particular.
Well, that was a joke, without a doubt. But
Marky Mark
what came after
and the
it
Funky
for
Bunch.
him?
Well, it's a good film.
Well,
Well, not everything with being good, but he's in good films.
Yeah.
Well, he's in films, put it that way.
Did the
But
same
he-
come out of it for him?
Well, no, because obviously, like, Sandler doesn't have the integrity that Wahlberg has. Like,
Yeah.
he said,
Oh,
he
there's a
really,
line.
like,
Yeah.
Adam Sandler was
Says a
in
lot,
this
doesn't
film.
Yeah.
He had this opportunity to then go on to bigger and better things. Like, well, no, I'll get paid more money to be in shit.
To be a jerk.
Yeah. And then, like, you see that he's got this new film that he's making for Netflix. I don't know what it's called, but he's making this film for Netflix. He's got, like, Native Americans in it. And they've all walked off the set because they say it's so offensive.
Wow.
You know, that, like, it's so offensive to their
Really?
beliefs that, like, there's, I'm not being part of it. Screw it. We're going. Like, that has happened in the last couple of weeks.
Holy shit.
And you know the only reason he's one of the
God.
most highest paid actors in the world is because all of his films are made by his own production company.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He's not paid. Yeah, he's not
It's the
paid as
same
an actor,
reason
he's
Alan-
paid as a producer.
Same reason
Yeah.
Alan Sugar gets paid a lot.
Yeah.
He pays himself.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's more to it than that. Let's score this. Let's score this up.
Score this.
No, this is a really difficult one.
Yeah.
Lee,
Four.
curious, go
4.
4.
Yeah, really want to see it. Looks really good. It's got Adam Sandler in it, so I'll take 1 star off.
Right.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought you'd give it a 5 because I know you're a fan of Paul Thomas Anderson. So.
But that's
Matt.
not- yeah.
See, although I slated it, I do think I'm going to watch it at some point because I know that it's got a lot of pedigree behind it, and it probably will be quite good. It's just Sandler just winds me up. His face, hit it with a shovel. I'm torn between a 3 and a 4, man.
Pick one.
3.
Wow, okay. I'm going to go 4. Morbid curiosity. I want to know what this...
See?
Yeah, I want to know what tricks this dog's got. Magnolia. I'm a big fan. A lot of other things he's done as well. So yeah, 4. It's on my list. It has been for a while. I just forgot about it, so it's highlighted. You've been listening to the Duck and Review Show, and thank you for listening. We do appreciate it. We'd also really appreciate going onto iTunes and giving us a review. It would go a long way for us. You can also tweet in, as always, at the Ducking Pod, and of course, you can email us at theduckingpodcast@gmail.com. Don't forget that you can go on theduckandreviewshow.com and you'll find the essay that I mentioned earlier, Lee's lovely artwork, and Picard dancing, and maybe in the future...
Nothing by me.
No. Maybe in the future, something else. Thank you for listening, and good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.